Is it live? Is it live?
From Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Hannegriff along with Jimmy Ott. Max Gotro is with us today. Jordan Kitchens back in the studio. Andy Iskoe with us today. Greg Bowser with us today. First, second note today is a little bit of a different twist on it. We're going to do tiers of potential LSU replacements today instead of a traditional first, second, no. Jimmy, good morning. How was your birthday?
Fatigued.
Oh, fatigued. You go to the game last night?
They got me again.
How'd Zion play?
We're having a great meal, birthday meal at Pesh, and Zion's out. I mean, it just
shocking.
So
I mean, it is game three. I'm sure he's tired by now.
It's just, no, tired is the right term.
Yeah.
This NBA, you go in a game, and it's real tired. You not knowing who's playing. It was a very light crowd. I mean, it's in football country. Come on, man. Even with the Saints and LSU struggling, I mean, it's a hard sell. It's a hard sell right now, and it's a bad product right now as well.
Yeah, they got off to an 0-3 start. Got rounded by 32 last night, and Zion had to take the day off. I mean, he's played 2 whole games.
My tickets were comped. Okay.
Well.
All right. So, but hey, I think I'm done on figuring out, hoping that they got stars play. I'm done. I'll get free tickets. I'll go. Besides that, I mean, so that's something new and different. No, tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Right.
I'm tired of the NBA.
Right. So you went. It was like a social outing, right? Like the
It
basketball
was very much a social outing.
The basketball just happened to be going on in the background, right?
Just, yeah. What? Touche, Charlie.
Yeah,
yes,
okay.
yes, indeed.
Look
But
at
a great couple of days. It was good. It was good. Weather was great, man. It was just beautiful.
Good to have you back. All right, so with another 24 hours to digest, we did, the whole show basically was about this yesterday.
Yeah.
With another 24 hours to digest, your additional thoughts on Kelly's departure and what happens next for LSU?
Unbelievable. Max, cut that volume on that TV for me, please. Unbelievable. Everybody in the national sports scene, the national broadcasting scene has their attention.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Mad Dog Russo, right? We watch on Get Up. I don't know why he's on Tuesday today instead of Wednesday, but whatever. I mean, I love Mad Dog. Listen, forever when him and Francesa were doing show, I love him. Okay, but let's be fair, he might be able to name 5 players in college football, but he's mad about it has caught the attention of a lot of people. Okay, that's one thing. I think you said you don't want to hear fit, because I listened a little bit after.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm with you 100%. Don't give me this fit crap.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. The worst fit in the history of the LSU football program is Nick Saban. How'd that work out?
Pretty well.
Pretty good. The other thing is, when some of the information leaking out now by maybe those who had influence on this decision, that, because now you hear stories to justify. Now we're going to hear Brian Kelly a-hole stories. Don't want to hear them. That's convenient. That's like complaining when you do the sour grapes theory. Don't want to hear it. It's not even close, the biggest a-hole who ever had that position at LSU, and he's the best coach you ever had too.
Yeah.
Not up for debate. Agreed?
Yep.
So I don't want to hear a-hole. I don't want to hear fit. And the other thing is, why do we talk about it a lot, because we talk about the money aspect or the contract aspect, the buyout aspect. I think we need to get away from that, because it ain't your dollars, it ain't mine.
No.
And we got this cat that's, he's T-Boone light, if you want, tboone.com, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he's one, who cares?
Right.
Okay. Now, does it affect, like, they say just Lane Kiffin? I mean, we think it's a small chance, but there's still a chance. It's always a chance.
Sure.
Okay. But he's like, wait a minute, they're going to build a statue here of me, but I go over there and win the same amount of games and get run off? Now, because Brian Kelly, not to get another year, but a guy like Billy Napier to get another year, I don't think that you're going to be able to hustle and generate the same portal budget that you did this past offseason because, the guy that's got 4 tickets in the club level gave you 20, 25 grand. He's out.
Certainly not this coach. Maybe the next coach.
This coach.
Right.
So I don't think he had a chance to turn it around, but there's been cases where I didn't think it was going to get turned around, and what's it? The other thing is, you say some people privately did balked at the length of the contract when again. How many people are balking at the length of the contract with Cignetti right now?
None.
He's hot.
Yeah, he's hot.
Okay, yeah, but
Right.
what I mean, is he a lock? Is he a lock? Nobody's a lock, right? Charlie?
No,
especially in Indiana.
Nobody.
Okay,
so certainly not for that long.
And you're not getting the Notre Dame coach for, if it might not be that exactly 10 years and exactly that money, but it's going to be close. You can't go get Notre Dame's coach for that kind of.
Let me say this about the Balkan.
You go get Summerall, you go get Tulane's coach.
Yeah, let me say this about the Balkan. When a coach gets hired here, his political capital is never higher. Everybody loves him, okay? Everybody's willing to give him a chance.
Yes.
He hadn't lost a game yet, the whole thing. I said something what I thought was very innocuous at the time and got my head ripped off, which was after about a month of being here as a head coach, he really hadn't been here. And I said, it wouldn't be a bad idea for this guy to have a press conference and, just kind of give us an update on, hey, look, this is what we've been doing as far as staffing and players and all that stuff. And I got my head ripped off. He don't need to have no press conference. He doesn't need to be visible. You in the media need to shut your damn mouths and blah, blah, blah. So any criticism of a new coach is going to be met with backlash because everybody wants to believe at that point. And all I suggested was, hey, maybe an update because, and I said it, I should have worded it differently. I said it because the guy took the job and he's been gone a month. Okay,
Charlie,
are you working?
No, Charlie, it might not have been so much access or let's meet and greet.
Yeah,
but it's a foreshadowing of. Well, that would just require a little bit more work.
Yes.
Okay, so that was...
And that's what I thought at the time. I said, man, where are you? You need to be visible. I can't see you once a month as the LSU head football coach.
At his age, you sign a 10-year deal. Maybe I could have a better term, help me out, either of you, as far as phoning it in. But there was a bit of putting it on cruise control.
Yeah.
Complacency, maybe?
Good.
I don't know, because you never grinded. No, you got to grind first. I'm talking about just it's semi-retirement. He was on coast. He was not in grind mode. And you know what? So
excessive delegation. How's that?
Well, guess what? I talked to Tim Murray yesterday. He's got close friends who are on his staff, and he said they loved that aspect of Brian Kelly.
The staff.
His staff.
Sure,
he said he was great to work for.
Okay.
He was great to work. Well, no, it's open season on Brian Kelly right now. And a lot of that crap is convenient.
Right.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's be fair about this.
Sure.
Because Kelly you just fired last week the active winningest coach in college football, who had the tied for third best conference record behind Alabama, Georgia, tied with Texas. with a price tag. Bro, that's and hey, look, but they also lost more games in Brian Kelly's tenure as a ranked team, 13. You also did not get to the playoff one time. And we know that, and you also, the pay, it was cleared out for you to do it if you don't like him. And I thought you were great yesterday talking about he tried that part of it, trying to be likable.
Yeah.
He tried to. They just didn't like him.
Didn't like him.
They just don't like him.
There's a lot of people that don't like that guy.
Yeah, and it's, man, you've had so much worse coaches than Brian. He's on the Hall of Fame, dude.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Fame coach. So, and who didn't think if he could max out at Notre Dame, he couldn't do better with better players? So, if Les Miles and Ed Ogeron could win championships here, is there a chance that Brian Kelly could?
Sure.
Of course.
And when
So-
I realize Woodward's getting, just absolutely
Oh, it's
clobbered
open
here.
season on Woody.
He's
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
clobbered.
I mean,
Okay, but that resume, I remember we were doing the show, the story broke at night. We were doing the night show at that time. And it's like, this is the best resume that they have ever hired in any sport. This was before Mulkey. They've never hired a coach with these kind of credentials. Bertman and
the most
Saban
accomplished
didn't have
coach-
these kind of accomplishments when they got to LSU.
Minus Mulkey.
Well, he was before Mulkey.
Okay,
Mulkey came in.
but football,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a different deal.
Right,
Okay,
sure,
come
sure.
on. I mean,
So, yes, how could you, say, well, hire the resume, hire the most qualified guy? Well, they did, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, bummer.
and pulled him off the who had him on the radar when that job was open? Zero.
Nobody.
So Woody. So listen, open season on Woody. Here we go. I'm just saying. We know the governor's involved. We know the I'm just real leery when we start letting politics run an athletic department. I'm the most apathetic and probably the least knowledgeable political person by choice. Bro, you I just get real leery. It makes me uncomfortable. I will say that because I don't care if Woody's right wing, left wing, in the middle, over here, whatever, protesting or whatever. You gonna find a guy in the number one job of an AD right now. No, he doesn't deserve to hire the next coach. He doesn't deserve it. But to me, the number one guy right now, everything is about what? Money. You're going to find somebody else that's going to raise more money for LSU than Scott Woodward. Good luck.
And fundraising's such
Good
a
luck.
huge part of everything they do right now. I've been very, very consistent in my view on this. I don't like it when the chain of command is usurped, okay? I don't like it when the chain of command is broken. I don't like it when owners hire assistant football coaches in the NFL. The owner should hire the GM hires the coach hires his staff. Here, the governor appoints a board of supervisors. They hire the president hires the AD hires the coach hires his staff. Whenever you start messing with that chain, usually the results are not great, okay? So I would much prefer that the people that do their jobs, and the governor's job is to make sure that there is an LSU sitting president that everybody works together. So he appoints a board of supervisors. They got to vote on a president next week. We're pretty sure we know who that is. Okay, that's the governor's job.
That's right.
And that's the end of the governor's
That's
job.
right.
Okay,
That's right.
After that, it's the president's job to either keep this athletic director or move on to another one, and then it's the athletic director's job to hire a football coach. But you're trying to do this in a hurry now. You're going to have a sitting president next Tuesday, and you really need to have a football coach in place sometime in the next 30 days because his calendar doesn't do you any favors anymore. National Signing Day is in the middle of December. You got one transfer portal, and it's at the beginning of January to the middle of January. So if you wait, you can miss the whole cycle. And if you miss a whole cycle now, it's so much worse than missing a whole cycle. They would say, well, they waited on Saban. They waited on Saban when National Signing Day was in February and there was no transfer portal. Most of those kids were sticking around so he could come in and put together a class. Now, the exodus in his transfer portal when the season ends is going to be huge, okay? And if you don't have somebody here to replenish it, then next year is pretty much a wash. Doing that to wait on a coach is a much riskier proposition than it was when Alabama waited on Saban. You can do it, but God bless.
Initially, they didn't.
No, they wanted to hire Rich Rodriguez.
Right. But it took that being left at the altar for them to kind of reset and say, well, maybe we just need to wait. But they weren't waiting.
Yeah,
originally.
The calendar
that was not their plan, original plan.
And that's another reason. It's not the
But-
only reason why these firings are happening earlier
Charlie,
and earlier.
You can't make the hire based on your first year.
No,
because
you
it's going
can't.
to take a hit anyway.
It is.
Okay, and you're talking at LSU and what your ultimate goals are. I don't care who you hire. It's probably not going to happen in 2026.
No,
Okay,
you would be hard pressed to put together a playoff roster.
We definitely not, no ways, no, not 100%, 0%, doesn't exist. Okay, we're still learning, but probably, I don't care who you hire, when you hire, it's probably going to be some bumps in the road. We've seen enough sample sizes in this era of where guys had to, I mean, it's good, but I mean, you can do it, but it's let's face it, Indiana's not getting there last year if they didn't have that schedule. They're not. This year, different story.
Yeah.
But they're not getting to the playoff if they didn't have that schedule last year.
No,
I mean, it was poo.
when they played good teams, they lost.
The thing about politics is the kind of it drives me away from it because people have their mind made up and they get their partisanship. It's just like black or white. This is not a black and white process. This is not a black and white. This is not either or. This is a little, okay, yeah, he might not be able to hire the coach. Okay, he doesn't deserve it. But damn, you want to lose a guy in fundraisers? Who's better at raising money right now in this? So there's a little finesse required. There's a little bit complexity to this thing. And with Kelly's, what was his hot term? Aligned. Everybody's aligned.
Yeah.
Everybody's all in one direction.
They weren't.
Well, at the time, I think they were because you had a guy that was clearly in charge in Woodward.
Oh,
and
in 22,
Yes. Now this reminds us of the old days at LSU, right?
Yeah, this has got a lot
and there were two guys who kind of corrected that path.
They did.
Who were those guys?
Mark Emmert and Nick Saban.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Although, at the end of Les, it did kind of raise up and kind of do
That's
this
my
again.
political stance for the day. Okay, let me talk about Doe's lunch. All right, something.
What is it about when A&M comes to Baton Rouge that everybody loses their mind?
Yes, it is. So, yes, we're at Doe's Eat Place. Scotty Boy doing a great job over here. It's football season. It's some baseball. How about that baseball game last night? So 5 straight intentional
This
walks.
morning.
4 for Ohtani after he goes 4 for 4. He reached base all 9 times?
9 times.
That's going to be hard to be topped, huh?
9 times, yeah.
So anyway, we're over here, and look, the hamburger steak, the chicken fried steak, the meatballs and spaghetti, these plate lunches, man, you talk about generous portions over here at Doe's Eat Place. Burgers and chicken sandwiches prepared all kinds of different ways, different aiolis and cheeses and toppings. Going to have fun with that and be creative. And are there better hand-cut fries? Anywhere. They're fresh over here. They're not greasy. They're unbelievable here at Doe's Eat Place. So, casual steakhouse, comfortable steakhouse by night, but all kinds of healthy, generous portion lunch specials here during lunch, which is available Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111 and OCBrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for total maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low-glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Doe's Eat Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Finbrom, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen, Burbank, and Lee.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
You know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Shows available on demand, 1045ESPN.com and LouisianaSports.net. Our on-demand coverage is always brought to you by Supreme Rice, supporting Louisiana farmers since the 1930s. All of our Supreme Rice grown, milled, and processed in Louisiana. More information, go to supremerice.com.
Charlie, we have a bit of breaking news from Adam Schefter. The Saints have made a quarterback change. They're going to go with Tyler Shuck next week.
Okay.
Listen, Rattler, with his lack of ball security, he needs to sit down and think about it a little bit. That needs to be cleaned up. I don't care what your ability level is. You can take care of the football better than that. It's happening too much. Okay.
Yeah.
But he's better than Shuck right now. I mean, that was.
Shouldn't he be? I mean, he was better.
Yes. I understand, but should Wilson be better than Dart? Should be. He ain't.
His skills have declined in a hurry.
Okay, but a rookie with no start. I mean, he was. I mean, there's been less experienced quarterbacks better, right from start than Moore. But no, look. This is start one. We got to give 25 for fun. It doesn't look great.
He throws a nice ball, but
you think?
I mean, he's got a nice arm. We knew that. That's not a big.
He was open, missed him.
He throws a very nice spiral. Is he accurate? No. Is he decision making?
It was ugly?
Huh?
I mean,
it wasn't great, but this is what we talked about a couple weeks ago. As much of a fan as I was of Rattler, if you don't win any games, what's the point of sticking with this guy when you want to see who you have when you've got a very high pick coming up? You just gotta assess who you have on your roster. I think that's what they're doing here.
And that makes perfect sense. Yeah. I'm just saying I have less confidence in the offense, scoring points, moving the ball with Shuck over Rattler. Rattler, I think he gives you a chance. Yeah, you can't fumble the ball that much, dude. Yeah. I get that, and I understand what they're doing. They've got something invested. They're gonna see what they have, and he might look completely different. I just saw enough. I think it's going to be a tough ride.
Season is going absolutely perfectly.
I agree. Keep losing, baby.
You want to see what you have, okay? I've seen enough of Spencer Rattler to know I do not want to go forward with him as QB1. It doesn't mean I don't think he can play in the league. It doesn't mean I don't think there's a spot for him on a roster somewhere. But do I want to go into 2026 with him as QB1? I do not.
I've seen him move the ball more than I expected, though.
Yes, he's better than I expected. But
a lot of that production is taken away if you just can't protect the football.
Correct. And he's not the guy I want to hitch my wagon to. Now I've got about a half of a season I can see shook. I don't think he's the guy I'm going to want to go forward with, but we can see, okay? The team has been bad enough that even hard-head Mickey Loomis is now, acknowledging, hey, you know what? We need to be open to making some trades that will increase our draft capital. Okay, they put Shaheed on the block.
Really?
Alave's pretty much on the block.
Mickey identified that they're a seller?
Light dawns on Marblehead. Yes. Okay. Finally. Okay. Pretty much anybody on the roster is, with maybe 2 or 3 exceptions,
similar
available.
light on Miss Gale?
I guess.
Mickey's not going to be able to turn it around.
I'll know if Miss Gale has seen the light if she dismisses him at the end of the season. But for now, the trade deadline's next Tuesday. You got a week. Okay, let's see if you can get anything for this. I would have probably tried to sign Shaheed, but okay.
Did you see the camera shots of the fans in the stands?
No, I saw empty seats. I saw
the
plenty
few
of
that
them.
were there. It was just like the Saints fans have always been charismatic and
it's a party,
colorful, and just but it was like they were at a funeral, man.
There were some cheers when Shuck came in, for what it's worth.
Well,
I
okay.
just-
We want to see,
when he
see something.
came in.
When he came in.
But when he started throwing the ball, were there a lot of
not quite.
cheers? No.
Charlie, I'll just say, look, you should be optimistic. The Saints currently would hold the number 1 overall
The number
pick.
one overall
the
pick.
Pelicans would hold the number 2 pick. Oh, wait, no, they got rid of it. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
you need to. I'm going to give you a chance to pivot on that too.
Which one?
Remember after Thursday night, Cincinnati went over Pittsburgh.
What did I say?
Well, look at the schedule. Can you think the Bengals can make a run?
Oh, they lost to the Jets. No.
No, they didn't lose. Just lose to the Jets. That offense scored how many points?
39.
And how many yards?
I don't know. A lot.
That's bad.
Yeah, right.
Joe Burrow had to do everything just to keep when he's healthy.
Yes, I'll pivot. They blew a 2-touchdown lead in the fourth quarter with 10 minutes to go to the Jets. Yes, I was wrong.
And
I was wrong. It cost me my last survivor. Yes, I was wrong. Okay.
Is you going to get more run out of this? Is it in Max's territory for Arizona? It was deeper. It matters more deeper into Survivor.
It all pays the same.
But
week 6, week 8, week 10, it all pays the same.
And they made 2-point conversions along the way as well.
Yeah. It was difficult to watch.
Justin Fields looked like he was at Ohio State. He wasn't Ohio.
Can we give them credit? They went for 2.
No. That won the game.
Yeah.
No. But
thinking it's changed quickly.
That's how bad you are. The freaking Jets went 2 for 2 on 2-point conversions. The Jets had 500 yards against you. Justin Fields was productive. They were still running quarterback sweeps in this old 1930s offense with him.
Right.
But, up and down the field. That Bengals defense.
But this is exactly how we figured the Saints season would go. You've eliminated one quarterback to go forward with. Now you got half a season to see about the other one. Your general manager has finally figured out that your roster is not close to anything other than maybe 29th place in the league. You're a seller at the trade. You did a little bit more damage before you figured it out. You had to go draft. You had to go send a 4th-round pick for Villet, who is nothing. He's a journeyman guy. Okay, but now you're okay. Who can you trade off between now and next Tuesday, pick up a little bit of draft capital, go into the offseason, bring in a new general manager, okay, and use that draft capital, draft your quarterback next year, whoever that ends up being, and start to move the franchise forward. Get out from under, some of these salaries and start to move forward,
The stars were bright.
I like him.
Fernando.
I like him.
Is that your guy? Is that your guy?
Right now it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had to be beat over the head, okay? 1-16 was necessary to beat them over the head. Mickey Loomis, and I'm sorry, Miss Gale, yes, you have to see just how bad this can get.
Come on.
Here it is.
Get your ABBA mentality, chill, get a little too fired up. And ABBA fans are not like that, okay? Come on, man. Give me a little bit, Charlie. Sing me a little, Fernando. Come on, baby.
No.
Come on, Charlie.
I'm not
We need a little levity here. Charlie's singing ABBA. Wait, I tuned in to hear him, Dan. What's the latest on the LSU coaching situation? Charlie Hannegriff singing ABBA.
I know my role, and I'm not. My role is not to sing. I sang for T-Bob on the song of LSU, the song of Purple and Gold. That was the end of my singing career. Went out on a high note.
T-Bob, boy, blew the smoke up your backside too, boy. Oh, Charlie, one of the more Right, but one of the biggest overachieving thespians. Oh, man, boy, he really blew some smoke up your
They
way.
made us sing in church when we were young. I mean, I got a little.
My mom
I can
for
sing
the
with the
whole family,
choir.
trust me.
Somebody else is carrying me, you know.
It's a legacy title. Chad Reynolds, a legacy title for all your real estate closings. 296-0060, full service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Our long-standing team at Legacy Title: Ashley Donald, Mariana Haynes, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Natalie and Bradford Smith. Buying, building, refinancing. Nobody choose but you. Chad Reynolds and Legacy Title.
Congrats, Tyler Shuck. You get
air that night.
Shuck gets a bottom 3-0 line with Eric McCoy out for the year.
What are the
Set
two
up for success.
There are 2 important games left on the Saints' schedule, maybe 3.
No,
which
I
are they?
never thought that we could lose.
There's 2
I
very
would say
important
the
games.
Panthers, but they're not that good.
No.
They're not that
There
bad.
are 2
Fernando.
extremely important games for the Saints. They play the Jets,
Jets.
and they play the Titans.
Titans,
Okay, and if you want to
that's
throw
it.
the Dolphins in there
I
too,
was
I'll
gonna say
listen to
the
that.
Jets, yeah.
Okay, them losing to the Jets. Bring me that Justin Fields that week. Okay, bring me that Justin Fields that week.
Bring Cincinnati's defense.
Saints defense better than Cincinnati.
Yes, they are.
Sorry.
Yes.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Brandon Holly here. Did you know Relief Windows is the window, door, hardy plank, and vinyl siding and interior shutter headquarters of the Gulf South? That's right. For nearly 20 years, we have provided you with a lifetime guarantee. Relief from the heat, cold, storms, and sun. So go where thousands have gone to upgrade the exterior and the interior of their homes. ReliefWindows.com. That's ReliefWindows.com.
Sammy's Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service. We're now bowling crabs at Sammy's every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday starting at 5 p.m. and on Friday, Saturday, Sunday starting at noon. Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road near Starring since 1988.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee's the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite, love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff, roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell Omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots, Highland Coffee's and Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana-Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Heading out to Las Vegas, deep in the desert, lives one man. One man of many sports bets. The one and only Andy Iskoe.
All right, Andy, weigh in on us. We're asking all of our guests. LSU making a move on Brian Kelly. Your reaction?
2 weeks too late. I think it started. There's been talk all year. Of course, I was very disappointed at the effort that they had, especially defensively against Vanderbilt, and I thought that might have been the tipping point there. And then, of course, to follow it up last week with a halftime lead at home against A&M, and then to totally fall apart in the second half. I think it was appropriate. I mean, you never like to see guys lose their job, but you can't feel too bad about it when they're getting, $40-something million to leave. But, I could understand the expectations are always high at LSU. They're a national power, multiple national championships this century, et cetera. Looking at the talent there, it's NFL talent. LSU sent so many guys to the pros. It'd be a little bit different if you were playing with like a third-string quarterback after like the second week of the season, and you weren't a third-string other receivers, etc. But the team has been fairly healthy. I know there have been issues with the offensive line, but this team never really seemed to improve, and that effort in the second half, I think, was the telling point. And you take a look at all the other coaching changes that have been made with James Franklin, with Billy Napier, etc. We're starting to see, you usually don't see high-profile teams. You had UCLA earlier, high-profile teams making changes in the middle of the season, but, big business in college football right now. There's a lot of huge paydays coming from making the college football playoffs, and that's almost an expectation that LSU is one of those teams that can be expected to contend for a playoff spot, if not the national championship overall, on an annual basis.
Charlie, the rules have changed since Brian Kelly was hired, okay, in college football, certainly with the roster building. Brian Kelly can't be, I guess, viewed, and his stock has had to drop, right? I mean, because
yes, he was handed a situation that he himself asked for and said, I can succeed with this. I mean, when they went into the portal, changed his tune on the portal really quick, said, this is what I need, and then spent the whole offseason saying, we have the roster we want. We have the staff we want. We fixed all the problems. And then he didn't.
That's not lip service, but we did. He did.
Yeah.
Administrators did. A lot of people did. Do you still say that this is LSU's best roster under him?
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. I do too. Well, Andy, it's good getting a lot of attention, so interesting. And the thing, Andy, is, and look, we know this, but just to kind of remind you, but there's only two teams, two football programs in history of college football has won three straight coaches and won national titles, and that's LSU and Miami, and that's it. There's a lot of programs out there. You get the right guy, oh no, you can win. And there's very few programs you can win with a lot of different guys. And there is lots of contrasts with Nick Saban to Ed Orgeron to Les Miles. So it's we'll see what happens there. What about the chalk in the NFL? Now we know the Dolphins and the Jets probably busted up a lot of money line parlays, but man, there was some chalk. And it has been a chalky type of season this year, Andy.
It's been very back and forth. Every few years you'll have a week where underdogs do extremely well. Maybe not quite to the 11-2 record that the favorites had, and then favorites will have a week like that as well over the course of many years. I mean, we don't know what the sequence is. You'd like to see, like, I'd like to, in my 5 contest picks, let's say in the Super Contest for Circa Millions, I'd like to go 3-2 every week, hit 60%. Now, I may hit 60% for the year, but it's not going to be by going 3-2 every week. There'll be 1-4s. There'll be 3s and 2s, 2 and 3s, etc. Because these are not machines. We're talking about human beings playing different levels of competition. So there may be a little bit of an overreaction. Look, we saw it in a lot of overs this past week as well. I think we only had a couple of games that stayed under, depending upon where you got a couple of the numbers, a couple of pushes in there possibly. It's the nature of the game. And a lot of it really also has to do with matchups and the fact that if you notice over the last few years, favorites have been laying fewer and fewer points overall in general than they were, say, 5 or 10 years ago. So that, it's not surprising to see a lot of 3-point favorites win games and cover those games they win. I haven't done an update to my study. It used to be between 15 and 17% of the time the lines would matter in the NFL. I mean, the favorite would win, but the underdog would cover. I've got to believe that percentage now is a lot lower because the lines are lower, and therefore it's thus easier for favorites to cover these numbers because instead of laying 7, they're laying 4.
Yeah, no doubt that more people are betting dogs, and because of it, the numbers are shorter. And then you have a thing like the Colts in Tennessee. But how about the early games as well? 10 a.m. your time, noon ours, 1 p.m. Eastern time, but 39 and 20 against the spread in the early kickoffs on Sunday. So right at 65% this year for the favorites there. What's your thoughts on last night's historic World Series game, Game 3? Goes 18 innings. Dodgers win at 6-5.
It was reminding me of old-time baseball, 6.5 hours of baseball. Unfortunately, the way I played the game, I had the Dodgers on the run line. Looked good when it was 2-0. Looked like they had some chances in extra innings, but because I felt it was worth laying the -110 for the Dodgers to win by 2 than to lay that big price. And I thought it was a spot where Toronto would win. I have the Lakers, where the Lakers would win. The Dodgers would win last night. I have the Dodgers to win the series in 6 games. And I figured what would happen, and I got it right. I figured they'd split the 2 games in Toronto. I played Toronto as a nice underdog in Game 1, and I felt that the Dodgers would come home and take 2 out of 3 in L.A. and then wrap it up in Game 6. I happened to love last night's game. I think it was great, the thing with Kershaw getting out of that jam and what might be the last inning that he pitches at Dodger Stadium. Again, I just hope baseball does not go into a rule and say, okay, starting with the 19th inning in future games, we're going to go to the Ghost Runner.
Wait, you say what now about the Ghost Runner?
The 19th inning. Did you just pick that number randomly, Andy, or was it the 15th inning, the 12th, whatever?
It's the start of the third game.
Okay.
After 18 innings, you've already played 2 full games.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I know what it is. It is a nice reminder of how good. And listen, baseball it's the tradition. It's historic. It's 3 balls. It's always going to be 4 balls, a walk, 3 strikes, a strikeout. 3 outs, 9. Always going to be. But the Ghost Runner is such a good idea for the regular season. 162 game schedule. No team wants to be involved in an 18-inning game, and no fans want to sit around and watch, for 18 innings.
I would have one modification. I would say you play the first 3 innings 10, 11, and 12, the way you do, and if it's not decided by then, you go to the Ghost Runner.
I like it the way it is. Sorry, Andy, we disagree. So, we disagree on that. But, look, with the pitch clock is, and look, it was not the longest game because it's just the pitch clock. It just, the pace of the game is so much better, so not as many, pickoff throws. Who goes to the damn park to see that? So it's just, I was tired last night. I felt, how many fans were still left at Chavez Ravine?
It was full.
Really?
Yes.
There were some in.
Wow. A few empty seats, but mostly it was full.
Wow.
What I saw, and I was dozing on and off. I saw the 13th, and I woke up again in the 15th. But when you saw the crowd shot of when Freeman hits the shot, it's full.
Yeah.
It looked full to me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Anything else, Andy, that we didn't touch on, buddy, that you want to share with us? Maybe the focus of some of your posts on logicalapproach.com, which you do such a great job on.
Well, taking a look, and I usually spend Monday assembling all the data that I want to look at, putting all the schedules together that I need to know the data, and then I really start getting into things, being around midday on Tuesday. So I'm sort of at that stage right now. One game I did take a look at that is interesting is that annual game. I'm going to call it the world's largest cocktail party. I don't care what anybody says; it's probably even larger than it's ever been.
Yes, you can call whatever you want. Absolutely.
Absolutely. The political correctness is it's like a way to get everybody to think the same. That's just wrong. So I'm just going to call it the world's largest cocktail party, just like it's the Red River Shootout down in Texas and Oklahoma. Nonetheless, it's an interesting game because Georgia's clearly not the team that it was the last few years, both on both sides of the ball. Defense is still very good, but I don't think it's at the same level of the last several years, and the offense has been a little bit more inconsistent. Florida, of course, making the coaching change. I wouldn't be surprised if Florida gives Georgia a good game here. I haven't decided yet, but I'm most likely going to take the point.
I think the timing of Florida to letting go of Sunbelt Billy, I think he had one more bullet in that gun. I think they got a real shot. Georgia's vulnerable.
Yeah.
Georgia is vulnerable. Yeah. I mean, this is not your typical Georgia. Typical Georgia team does not allow 5 straight touchdown drives to start the game. That doesn't happen. Doesn't need that miracle in Tennessee. No, they're vulnerable. I think I like Florida a lot in those points. Hey, and by the way, 41.5 was that total on Sunday. You squeeze it in by half a point and then rolled to a rocket chair cover with Denver at 3 o'clock. Another 2-0 week for Andy Iskoe on Football Sunday. Well done, sir.
Well, thank you so much. I'm looking at some of the plays that I've got in mind for this coming week, and hopefully we can continue the roll.
And that was Charlie's pick on Cincinnati for Survivor. I just want to let you know, Andy.
Oh, no.
Me and Max's picks had already died out. So we got one.
Well, the field was cut in half. It went from 4,200 to about 2,100 right now.
Yes, indeed.
Only thing solace in the fact that my second pick would have been Atlanta. So I would have lost that one too.
Well, don't worry. I took care of using that on one of the other entries that we had.
Okay.
So yes,
those are the only two. Those are the only two favorites that really upset everybody last week.
Andy, look forward to it again. Great job. Let's keep it up on Football Sunday, man. We appreciate those winners. We'll talk to you then.
Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
All right, don't forget our friends at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. And yeah, listen, if your homeowners association requires wood windows like mine does, you got to get the gelled windows from Relief Windows. Yes, indeed. So Relief Windows, those the wooden windows combine the beauty of real wood with high-tech energy efficiency, features for all climate zones, including the extreme weather conditions here in South Louisiana. They're built using R-last wood. So the gel windows come with a 20-year general warranty and a lifetime limited warranty against rot, termites, providing you years of beauty and minimal maintenance. They look good, they'll last, and they're functional. The best of both worlds. And you don't get these gel windows, we'll probably be replacing them about 10 years or so with these extreme weather conditions. Do like I did. Call Relief Windows 288-8138 and reliefwindows.com.
Live at Doe's Eat Place, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dave Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and OCBrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padiella and Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
The Pierreport Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierreport. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Follow us on Twitter and Facebook at 1045 ESPN and on Instagram at ESPN 1045. For a look behind the scenes, highlights from our shows, the chance to participate in exclusive contests, and more with 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 1045 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Let me ask you a hypothetical, Jimmy, considering what we've seen happen in the last month. Go back to last year. Ohio State loses the finale 13-10 to Michigan. They were a huge favorite in that game. And
14 playoff, he's fired.
And if when they beat Tennessee 42-17, if that score
Tennessee took over the stadium.
If that score is reversed, Ryan Day fired?
If the Tennessee?
If Tennessee had come in there and won.
Charlie, if there was a 14 playoff, he's fired before the Tennessee.
Okay, but there wasn't.
I understand.
If they lost that game, he's fired.
No, this is, I mean, is it fair, unfair, whatever? Timing? Yeah. I mean, how can he determine but you lost 3 times in a row to freaking Michigan and you knocked out the 14 playoff because that knocked him out of the old one. Oh,
Yeah.
he gone.
So if he loses
gone.
the Tennessee game,
But before the Tennessee game, my point is even more so. So yes, the Tennessee game,
all right, let me
he
try,
loses for sure.
Let me try again. He beats Tennessee, he loses to Oregon. He's fired?
Maybe.
Okay, and Oregon was number 1 at the time.
But that was they were number 1. They were number 1 seed
In the polls, yeah.
I mean, Ohio State was still favored.
Yeah.
But it wasn't by much. I mean, they played. That was their best game of the year.
Yes,
that
agree.
was their best game.
No, they were.
I mean,
they were
it was worse than the final score, and that was pretty bad itself.
Just so I'm trying to. The landscape is the team that won the national championship was 1 game away from firing their coach. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The team that was 1 game away from the finals fired their coach this year. Okay. Is there anybody in the sport that is not 2 bad losses away from losing their job?
Man, you're seeing it right now.
I know. I mean, if Kirby Smart loses if he loses to Georgia Tech and in the first round, I know he's not getting fired this year, but if he were to start bad next year, who's safe? You know, does anybody have any job security?
Growing the game is costing a lot of people a lot of money, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're giving a lot of those wins to these upstart programs, the Indianas, the Vanderbilts, and people like that. And you go, I mean, you just, the people don't want to hear about that. I mean, it's a different, you don't have the, we've seen enough of this now where it's going to be hard to get the super team. Like LSU's best team, Alabama's best teams, Georgia's best teams.
Most people
all that
that's
depth
done.
is gone.
Yeah.
You know, and it's football. You're gonna get players hurt, so you don't have them stars and your two deeps that you had in that. So the super teams. So the playing field has leveled.
If Georgia Tech beats Georgia in the dome,
Tech.
okay. If Georgia Tech beats Georgia in the dome the last week of the season, and they run for what did Vandy run for 263
Against LSU?
Against LSU,
Roughly 260.
If it's something like that, and Kirby says, "Wait, Georgia Tech's good," and they're like, "We don't care." Okay, now we got. I don't think Kirby's in any trouble.
Kirby's got the best record in the league. You know, over the last 5 years.
So he's safe.
Yeah, but there's very few of them. No, now if he goes
30,
3 straight years without the playoff, I'm sorry.
I would say 2.
Dabo.
I would say,
There's serious
Dabo.
discussions.
Yes.
I mean, he's not getting fired this
That's
year.
why I brought up Ryan Day. They won the national title, and he's 1 game away from being knocked out.
Don't walk Shohei no more, man. Come on. Let me see him swing the bat.
13 straight times at Dodger Stadium he's reached base.
Oh,
13
God.
straight times.
10.
We'll take a break, come back. First class, second class, no class with a twist this week. Live at lunch here from Doe's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis' original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
the Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at thibodeaustore.com.
Are you a diesel or gas technician who knows how to put the customer first? Would you like to work with a great team, get great benefits, make great money, and have every weekend off? Then TRICARE Automotive wants to talk to you. Go to TRICAREautomotive.com now.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch, first class.
I want a seat in first class where I was booked and ticketed over a month ago.
Second class.
No man should be subjected to the indignity of being labeled or treated like a second-class citizen.
And no class.
Life had become like school on Sunday. No class. I'll tell you what then. Why don't you call me sometime when you have no class?
First class, second class, and no class. Brought to you by Supreme Rice. Buy local with Louisiana-based Supreme Rice since 1936.
We return at Doe's Eat Place live at lunch. First class, second class, and no class. We're going to do a little different spin on it this week. I'm going to give you three tiers of what I consider where the candidates are right now. Jimmy, I'm going to see if you agree with me. Max, you agree with me?
I love your list, Charlie. Let's go, baby.
Okay. All right. So before we get to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, I'm gonna do some eliminating right now and see if you have any objections with any of this stuff. First of all, I'm gonna go with the not considered list. These guys, their name may come up, but I don't think they'll even be considered. The number one list on the not considered list is Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the second one on the not considered list is James Franklin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The next list is the unattainable, cross them off the list. These guys cannot be gotten. Maybe I shouldn't put them there, but I'm going to put them there. If I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong. Okay. The first guy on the you can't get him list is Nick Saban. Okay. I just don't think that works. I don't think that he's coming back to coach again. If I'm wrong,
well, I don't think so. But
and I'm putting Urban Meyer on the same list. Okay. I don't think it works. I don't think that happens.
You don't think Urban Meyer would take this job?
I don't think Urban Meyer will be offered this job, but
okay.
I could be wrong.
Well, guess what? You're gonna be right about 195 guys, but
well, I'm only putting those are the only two ex-coaches.
You wouldn't be. The only thing that I mean, you don't think Urban Meyer would win here?
Absolutely, I think he'd win here.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. No, I think that there's been enough damage done to his reputation that I think it would be a hard sell to the powers that be. I just don't think he'll get this job. I think that I'm crossing him off the list. Maybe, like I said, maybe I shouldn't. Okay, that's why I'm asking. I'm crossing Saban and Meyer off the list. I don't think that they're serious candidates for different reasons. I just think that they will stay.
Probably not, but yeah. I'm not saying never. With
okay,
those
so okay,
that's
good.
I would throw a slight red flag on maybe his work ethic as well.
That's the thing. What did you know the knee jerk?
Yeah.
And there's going to be a knee jerk here. What did they not like about Kelly the most? Work ethic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's up there, right?
Yeah.
So that he was kind of at that stage of his life. This was kind of it's my last deal. I'm just going to coast. I'm going to coast. I'm not going to grind.
Yeah.
Urban Meyer will be his last deal. Nick will be his last deal. So,
yeah.
So to your point, though, that would hurt their chances.
Yeah.
But I mean, you can't. Nick Saban wants to come here, bro. You bringing him? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no.
If
he said yes,
sorry.
Yeah,
more than Meyer.
And
I think he's got more in the tank than Meyer.
And I know what he said last Friday, but of course he's lied before. I'm not going to be the Alabama coach. Okay, I think he's at a different point in his life. I don't think he wants to come
tired of his hypocritical takes.
I think
on the damn game
I think he left Alabama for the reasons that he doesn't want to coach again. But anyway, I'm taking two sitting coaches whose names have come up that I don't think LSU can hire. This is a pretty short list. Number one on that list is Dan Lanning. Lanning's making $11 million at Oregon. I think Nike would put up the biggest fight you've ever seen in your life to keep him there. He seems to like it there. He's doing very well. I don't think LSU could hire Dan Lanning. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think they could.
I don't know why his name was being mentioned as much as it is, to be honest.
I mean, I think there's not a lot of ungettables, okay? I put the number yesterday somewhere between 12 and 15 that LSU they can't hire that guy. Like Kirby Smart, they can't hire Kirby Smart. I think Dan Lanning is on that list. I don't think they can hire Dan Lanning. Do you think they can hire?
I don't want to say. I don't think where he's that attractive. I mean, there's a lot of people with everything that nobody's outspending Oregon. Nobody's outspending them right
now. Yeah, you got to go to war with
Nike. He's going to come here
and
wonder if he's going to have that same type of support.
Right.
I mean, and for a guy you just fired, the most winningest coach in the history of college football, who was at the third best record in the SEC in his tenure. No, I mean, why jump to here when I got everything for sure? No, he's not going anywhere.
The second city,
and he's making $11 million.
$11 million.
Well, guess what? You gonna get the Oregon coach for less than a 10-year deal?
No, I don't think you can
hire
him.
No. But I mean, but the 10-year deal for Oregon's coach, you're gonna have to do.
You would.
And they're butthurt about that right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Very much. Okay. Second sitting coach that I don't think you can hire is Marcus Freeman, for a variety of reasons. I just don't think that
he worked last time getting Notre Dame coach.
Yeah. If you're Marcus Freeman, you're like, hang on, let me see how that worked. I'm in pretty good shape here. I can keep this job for a long time. I can win a championship here. He came within an eye last
Here's where I got
year.
to defend BK a little bit. And I talked to Murray yesterday, and he said it got a little contentious at the end that he was wanting more because he was waiting. He said, man, I need more, whether it's admissions or budget, to get over to compete when we get to the playoff, whether it's a 2-team playoff or 4-team playoff. We got there twice. I can't compete. We need more. They didn't give it to him. They didn't think it would ever leave. They're giving it to Freeman.
Right.
That's the kind of so Freeman's got at a place like Notre Dame, the schedule is more than conducive. Who has an easier path? USC's about to drop him. I mean, he's got all of the resources. They're aligned now in Notre Dame, and that's where Kelly left. Yeah. It's the ironic part, but he's not going anywhere.
All right, so
he is an impressive guy, man. Even with Jamie Howard's kid, they went up to visit. Man, he's like, I didn't know who Freeman was, but that's all he talked about. Yeah. I mean, that guy's he's got it going on.
So those are two sitting coaches that whose names have come up that I don't think you can hire. All right, here we go. Tier 1, the most likely to be the next LSU coach. Lane Kiffin is at the top. We've talked plenty about this. I think the timing is bad. I think that, because of the playoff and all that stuff, had they lost to Oklahoma Saturday, this might be a different discussion because then you'd only have to slip up once to miss the playoffs.
They're going to playoffs.
Them slipping up twice is
they're going to the playoffs.
Yeah. So
and then they learn a little bit being, not being as Washington State was bad. That was dangerous.
Yeah.
That was dangerous. That was their Kentucky.
It was, yeah.
That was their Kentucky this year. But look, he backed into a better quarterback. They're not making this run. They're not this good if Simmons is playing.
You're right.
You saw Simmons Saturday,
Why
right?
did he put him in the game?
He's played because he thought he had to steal a possession with the fourth end. He thought he had to.
And he did it twice. He did it twice.
He overthought it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there's a lot of reasons that hiring Lane Kiffin is cumbersome, but I can't.
Some
can't rule it
coaches
out.
don't want to talk to you till their season's over when they're on to a playoff, especially going to a playoff for the first time. But there's going to be a playoff coach that jumps. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. So now, 5 years ago was different than 4 years ago is different than now. Okay, he's got more things in place. But would he get the booster, the fan base / boosters at LSU excited about donating for his roster budget?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
By a lot.
Yes.
By a lot.
And so if he goes to the playoff and he can't win, but he saw 3 coaches in a row win here, he knows what LSU is. And you know what, Charlie? I've seen him at high school games.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I was standing next to you when I saw him at that high school game.
I didn't see BK.
I see
BK at the golf course.
Yeah. The other thing is, of course, Jimmy Sexton is just drooling over this auction that he can conduct.
He always drools. He's just got a little extra drool now.
Is this the best situation he's ever had? Outside of Saban's dalliance with Texas when Brown retired, is this the most attractive situation? His candidate with 3 3 schools that are willing to break the bank for him.
Yeah.
This is the best that he's ever.
Well, his stock is at its highest.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, minimal maturation, okay, bro? Don't give me that he's more mature now and all that. No.
He's older.
Yeah, okay, he's older. Okay, that's about it.
He's older.
Yeah.
All right, the second one, this might actually fit the category, Jimmy. Is John Summerall. None of these are new names, okay? I'm not gonna pull a name out the hat from the University of Taiwan, okay? These are all names you've heard. Tulane beats Memphis next week, okay? Are they the group of 5? Entry into this thing.
They got to be UTSA this week. They're only a 3.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. The UTSA,
And
Florida
they're not
Atlantic.
likely to sweep.
They've got to win their conference championship game against
Right.
Navy or whoever.
They're not.
it is.
They're
They've gotta
not likely. Navy in a disappointing season, but anyway.
35% chance to make the playoffs.
Still undefeated.
Is it that high?
No, I wouldn't give them that high.
Not that high?
No, it's
No.
lower.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No.
But they could be. But
Yeah,
okay,
could be.
let's assume that they don't make the playoffs. John Summerall, I got him in tier 1. I think he will be an SEC coach next year somewhere. If you asked me where right this second, I would say Auburn, but that's just a guess, okay? He spent time. He grew up in Huntsville. So did his wife.
Okay.
So he's from Alabama. He coached at
coached at
Troy.
Troy, yeah.
I think Auburn will fire Hugh Freeze,
To
and I
be
think
fair,
that's
he's
a
done a good job,
possibility.
but he's sustained. But he didn't build it. Willie Fritz left him a good situation.
Correct.
Okay, and he's kind of maintained it.
Yeah.
For LSU's part, the possibility there, he fits the mold of what you're going to prioritize as far as he's at a spot in his career. The hunger factor is way more.
Yeah.
That he's going to be a lot hungrier than Brian Kelly getting a 10-year deal at his age. That's, fair and different. Problem is, really, we're hiring Tulane's coach?
And that shouldn't be in the thing. I'm sorry. It
If
shouldn't
you want to
be.
talk about the
Well,
program
the
he took
American's
over,
not what it was, Charlie. It's not what it was 5 years ago. Your best teams are in the Big 12.
I agree.
John Summerall took over a Troy team that had 3 straight losing seasons and put them 12 and 2,
That's
11
where
and
he
3. That's
built.
where he built.
That's
yeah.
a built. Yes,
Yeah.
but he doesn't get credit for building. He gets credit for sustaining it.
Yeah. And 24-3 in league
And
play is
if
really
he's-
impressive.
the conference is not the same. It is not as it was. Remember they were calling it the bit six. The six, whenever they don't even hit on the yard markers. The American Power Six or something.
Oh yeah. They wanted to be
what was the
invited
term?
to the party.
No,
It was
but
the
they
Power
were
Five.
They were really They were.
Yeah, the
it's
the 6th best conference. or
when you
something like
lose
that.
Houston, you lose Central Florida, you lose. They lost a lot of their better teams. So, but yes, the thing is, and if he can get that fan base to give what they're giving, that's not a lot, but he's got some NIL budget. He's got some player budget. If he can get other fan bases excited enough to, it's part of it, Charlie. You head coach, you got to be a fundraiser.
Oh
you
my
gotta
gosh,
be.
it's one of the biggest, if not the biggest,
you
part of
have
your
to
job
be.
now.
Okay, okay.
I think he's a very strong candidate. I think he's a tier 1 candidate. I think he'll be an SEC coach next year. My third one is Eli Drinkwitz, who I think done a very good job at Missouri. I think that they have, opened
What's his
up.
age?
Eli
About
Drinkwitz is 42. 42.
Boy, he's young.
He is.
He's
and
pretty established, and he's done it in this league.
He's done it in this league.
Are they in this league?
They are. They
Because
are.
we give more credit to the Kiffin at Ole Miss, and Drinkwitz has done what he's done with Missouri. Kiffin's done in Missouri, right? He probably has a better record.
He
than
does
the conference record.
He doesn't, because after the
He had that
after
one
the COVID,
horrible year.
No, he had 2, 3, and 5 years in the league
Okay.
after COVID. So
Okay.
no, Kevin's record is better.
Okay.
But his record is, he was an 11-win coach 2 years ago, a 10-win coach last year. They're 6-2 this year.
Yeah.
I think that he's a very strong candidate.
Missouri 16-12 in the SEC in the last 4 years, including this year. Ole Miss is 19-10, so slightly better.
No, it's better.
Okay.
Better. I don't forget that's 3 and 5 years.
My next tier 1 is Kenny Dillingham. What I like, that he's a head coach at Arizona State. I know you know. For people that are going, who the hell's Kenny Dillingham? He's the head coach at Arizona State. This guy, okay, looking into him, Jimmy,
he's hot.
He has been. They were in the playoff last year. They've got a good team this year. They've had some injury problems. He has been the offensive coordinator at Memphis, Auburn, Florida State, Oregon, and the head coach at Arizona State. He is 35 years old.
He's been
That
an
is
OC at all those places.
That is a full resume for a 35-year-old guy.
Wow.
Now, I know he's from Phoenix, and I know he went to Arizona State.
Oh, look,
but I think
LSU,
you can.
LSU
Yes,
comes knocking.
Yes.
You're gonna get the hell out of Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He had the lousy year for the first year. The transition year was 3-9. Then they go 11-3 last year. They're 5-3
He
this
knows what he would embrace the expectations along with the resources in a place like LSU.
He coached at Auburn, so he understands. About it.
No.
So
I didn't realize that. That's okay. Damn, that's a lot for that age.
For 35, yeah, that's
you know what?
Full resume.
You know who had a similar resume when he was 35?
Mac Brown?
Number 1 on your list.
Oh, Lane Kiffin. That's right. Yeah, he a lot of that stuff. That's my tier 1. Okay, my tier 2, Clark Lee at Vanderbilt, who seems likely to stay even though this is a better job.
It just seems real fit, you know. And listen,
he's got a Mark Few feel to him, right?
Does
like,
Vanderbilt,
I'm going to stay here.
Does Vanderbilt have money?
Mm-hmm.
Tons.
Yes.
Are they more excited than ever?
Yes.
Oh, they're getting some kids in too. Huh?
They are.
Okay.
That's the most impressive thing about him, because last year I thought, okay, they just happened to fall backwards into this special kid in Diego Pavia, and they're
he's
Diego Mania.
He's going to pull a few out the hat.
And
for
when
us,
he leaves, that's it. No, man,
their roster's better.
Their roster is a lot better.
Cignetti's roster is better this year. No, they have capitalized on that little special year, that 1 year little year, that special player like Pavia, and they have is in Indiana's the next 5 years. What do you think their player budget's going to be? It's pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
What do you think Vanderbilt's is going to be for the next 5? No, they're in, bro.
Yeah,
No, let's go. This is fun. This is fun, and they're getting SEC money. So no, Vanderbilt's got to do something more than have Vandy boys playing baseball. Yeah,
I think he sticks around. My next on tier 2 is Brent Key, the head coach at Georgia Tech. He's got some time in the SEC. He coached for Saban for 3 years, the offensive line at Alabama. And he did what is a very, very difficult thing to do, Jimmy. He turned an interim job into a full-time job and made it work. Now, his overall record is good. It's not spectacular.
It's spectacular for Georgia Tech.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's a fair point.
Okay.
They were 7-6 the last 2 years and 5-3 in the conference the last 2 years. That is good, and that is way better than what Georgia Tech has been expected to do. And this year they're 8-0.
He's got his administration kind of getting some. I mean, that's the thing. You know, the private schools have a chance now.
Yeah.
They have a chance. Duke's roster is way better than what it usually is the last 25 years. Georgia Tech's, Virginia, Baylor, these privates, Northwestern, Vanderbilt. I mean, they're getting kids in it. Notre Dame. Those rosters are better now because of they like I said, let me know when another kid's not playing in the bowl game because of the academic suspension. Doesn't exist anymore.
My third tier, Willie Fritz, who we've talked a lot about, is a terrific coach. Has won everywhere he's been. He's 65 years old. That doesn't matter to me anymore because I don't expect the next coach at LSU to be here much more than 5 to 7 years.
How old's Cignetti?
64.
Okay.
64. Yeah.
How's he doing?
Doing fine. Just got an 8-year extension.
Do you know how bad that roster was when Willie took over?
Oh,
you know how bad Tulane's program when he took over?
Absolutely.
This guy wins.
He does.
And you watch him. He's got Connor Wegman lowering his shoulder and showing some toughness.
Yes.
At the goal line Saturday against Arizona State.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. He is, again, what is your life expectancy of a coach at a program of LSU?
6 years? 5 to 6 years.
Okay.
And you can go back all the way. The only coach that's stuck
how
around
old was Bill Arnsparger when they brought him in?
Gosh, that's a great question.
Pretty
I
damn good coach.
want to say he was in his late 50s when they brought him in, but I'd have to look it up.
Well, the late 50s is now late 60s, Charlie.
Yeah, 60s.
I'm 59
50s.
yesterday, so I'm just letting you know.
The only coach since Charlie McClendon to stay here longer than 6 years is Les. Okay, so you're spanning 50 years almost.
That raises. I'm surprised that you warmed up to Willie Fritz a little bit because you were ready to write him off at an age like 2 or 3 years ago.
My mind changed on a lot of things in the last month. I'm going to tell you that. A lot of things.
Charlie, I'm with. Yeah. It's a Max Gotro era, boy. Throw away your historical perspective. It's a new game, brother.
One more name and then I'll quit. In tier 3 is Alex Golich at South Florida.
Good coach.
He's a good coach. I would like there to be more on the resume.
He's going to get a job.
He's
going to get a job.
He is.
Lost a tough one in Memphis Saturday.
They did. They had the lead. He spent 2 years as the OC at Tennessee, which is his only time in the SEC. his record before this year was 14-12 and 8-8 in the conference. So I would like there to be a little bit more there. I don't think he's going to get this job. I think he will get a different job.
Don't you think the Florida job makes sense for him? Is that too easy that he's in the state of Florida doing it?
I think they would probably like to see a little bit more too. There's one really good year, and that's this year.
Whether it's by fault or sometimes administrations it resonates a little bit more when you come and beat our team.
Possibly, but his resume is not as thick as Napier's was when they hired him. I think they're gonna shoot higher.
Oh, Charlie.
Jimmy, he's 11-9 in conference play.
Okay, I understand. He's at South Florida, and
Napier was at UL Lafayette.
Napier was playing bad teams. That's a bad league. This guy is beating Florida at their place.
I like him. I just don't think that there's enough on the resume for Florida to hire him this time.
I mean, if you'd have taken his roster right now for South Florida and Napier's at ULL, they'll beat him by 2-3 touchdowns.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think that there's enough on that resume for Florida to hire him this time. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong. All right, first class, second class, no class. Brought to you by Supreme Rice and SupremeRice.com. On your birthday, you weren't there, but every other Monday, the parboiled rice.
Yes, the parboiled rice. It's a restaurant quality rice. It's easy to boil. Some people struggle with boiling rice. Need a steamer. They need a rice cooker. All that. Man, look, just boil you some water, okay? Put a little dash of oil, a little salt in there, and throw it in there for about 20 minutes, and just strain it. It's easy peasy because it's a long grain rice. It's firm, and it's also got all the nutrients of a brown rice, man. It is my favorite. So I don't use any other rice now since I discovered the parboiled rice from Supreme Rice.
Live at Doe's, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit Ruffino'sRestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis' original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummings generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, two local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in La Place and Plaquemine.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steak, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soups, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
And we return here at Doe's Eat Place. We're also brought to you by the Thibodeau Store and the Pierreport Store, along with the LaRose and Lockport stores. Now, go to thethibodeaustore.com, get to all four properties for all your outdoor cooking needs, for all your hardware, power tools, hand tools, fishing equipment, lumber. Literally just a huge store with just about everything in there. And Jimmy, for your outdoor cooking, as we get closer towards the holidays, we've got right now on special on the website.
What's that?
A number of outdoor heaters in all shapes and sizes right now.
Got everything, man.
Yes, you have partaken more than once.
Man, it's awesome. It really is. I mean, everything from the McWare, cookware, the classic cast iron. A casual classic cast iron. I mean, the purple and gold Dutch ovens, which are really cool, man. A great Christmas item for that outdoor cook on your Christmas list. So, smoke pellets, Charlie, with the mesquite, apple, or hickory. I mean, tons of gas grill burners. I mean, valves and fitting and hoses to repair any type of independently kind of your privately built sort of rig. So fleur-de-lis, boiling pots, and all kinds of good stuff. So I mean, just all different sizes and price points for all of your outdoor cooking needs, whether it's your outdoor kitchen at home or on site go tailgating for LSU games.
All right, Max, who'd I leave off the list that should have been on there? You're looking at the odds for...
Can I remind people about these odds in the coaching church?
We did yesterday, but it's worth mentioning again, yes, that they are wildly
inaccurate.
They are
really, really good on a lot of stuff. When you see the favorite, on Friday for the Heisman Trophy winner, it's a lot. These coaches, they are off. They're not... This is the worst thing they do.
Even worse than the draft?
Yes. Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. But I'm interested.
Brian Kelly wasn't even listed, as I remember it, a few years ago when Elvis was hired. He wasn't on the list.
Completely off the radar.
Right.
Yeah, and Ogeron wasn't that year too.
Okay.
So Joe Brady is second choice. We'll link him with. I think it's fair if you're going to do the former LSU players or connection, Kelvin Shepard. Let's just do Joe Brady, Kelvin Shepard, those two coordinators from the NFL.
I'll take them in order. Joe Brady made it very clear when he left here that he wanted his future to be in the NFL. If his mind has changed over the last 4 years, I haven't heard that. I think his next job is as an NFL head coaching job, especially if Buffalo advances to or wins the Super Bowl this year. He didn't want to recruit the last time he was here, and that's just the lifestyle's different in the NFL. That's what he prefers. If his mind has changed, I'll listen, but I don't think he wants to coach.
These two guys are both closer to NFL head coaching jobs than college coaching jobs.
Yeah, and I think Kelvin Shepard has done a great job.
If he continues to, the team also. You could be coordinators from successful programs. They get jobs. Yeah. And there's always going to be jobs in the NFL.
He's on the fast track. Right. I don't think the timing is right now, but we're watching him. Believe me.
Yeah, I'm not sure they would be enthusiastic about going play the roster building in the college game these days.
Yeah.
I think the other name I think of, seventh choice on the odds board for whatever it's worth, is Jeff Brom, who just recorded his 6th top 10 win in his coaching career, and also, for what it's worth, in 5 or 6 seasons at Purdue, had a winning record in the Big Ten.
I should have put him on this list. He did have a winning record in the Big Ten. In the last 3 years at Louisville, 25-9, 15-5.
What's Purdue doing since he left?
Well, Barry Odom at least has a pulse this year, but the last 2 years, not good.
So is this year 3 at Louisville?
Yes.
Correct.
Purdue is. How's the program handle when you leave? They are not close to when he was there.
No, they haven't started over again.
It's a damn Big Ten championship game. I know it was out of the West, which Wisconsin would usually win. I understand that was an easier path there, but no, he's at his alma mater at Louisville. But man, all you had to do is watch the Miami game. He ran circles around Mario Cristobal in that game. They were well prepared. His teams. If you're looking for a well-coached team, also as far as having that extra week to prepare coming off a bye, he's really good in that spot. Was he coming off a bye against Miami, so he can flat out coach. He's at his alma mater. They're gonna, and you're not getting him for cheap.
No.
Although he wouldn't be, a super, excitable home run hire in some people's minds. Okay, but you ain't getting him for cheap.
19-5 at Western Kentucky in conference play, 15-5 in conference play at Louisville. Now, he was up against it in the Big Ten. I mean, he was at a significant disadvantage for the teams that he had to play, and he was 26-25. We put so much emphasis on the conference
in the West,
record.
though.
In the West, fair
certainly easier than the East.
Yes.
But you got a winning conference record at Purdue, and you can coach.
And that's over 6 years.
Yes.
This wasn't just a short
What did he inherit? What was their record for the 3 years before? We see with the 3 years after.
Gosh.
My memory tells me not good.
They were 3-22.
That's not good, right?
Play. No.
Okay.
You want to go 4 years? They were 3-22. If you go back 4 years, they were 3-30.
His resume is more impressive than maybe his brand, if that makes sense.
Yes.
When you dig a little deeper into and see what they were before, what they are after Purdue, and now what he's doing at Louisville. And keep in mind, how many games has he won the last? What's his record the last 3 years at Louisville?
It's 15-5 in the league.
15-5 in the ACC.
Yes.
Okay, but overall, he's won like 10 games the last 2 years. So he's won 20 games.
Overall,
and then what's the record?
25-9.
Yeah.
He's 25-9. When he took over in 2017, okay, Purdue's last winning record in Big Ten play was in 2006 under Joe Tiller.
So when he's done this year, he's going to average at Louisville between 9 and 10 wins a year.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was Louisville's record the 3 years before he got there?
Louisville in conference play before he got there, 4-8-8, 11 and 15 in conference play.
Yeah. He's taken over some weak programs, weak situations, and really improved them. Period.
And for what it's worth, you talk about brand. I think this would surprise some people. He's just 4 years older than Lane Kiffin. I think that would surprise some people.
54 is perfectly reasonable.
Well, don't forget our friends at Total Maintenance, man. You're not thinking about the AC right now, but right now is to check them. If your unit is over 10 years old, if you had your unit repaired over the summer, you got to call 480-1000. You are going to get unbelievable prices right now on replacing that unit. Call my buddy Lucas Ragoose at 480-1000. Went and visit him at the office, man. It is an operation, man, on how they, expedite everything and kind of, work the different service trucks and different from different job to different job. And so now is the time to call them about some of the units that they have. American Standard, Dakin, Carrier, Rheem products. So check them out, 480-1000.
Greg Bowser joins us. When we return, we'll talk more about the LSU football situation live at lunch here at Doze 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
We're here to examine things that get better with age, like this bottle of Chateau Lafite Rothschild, vintage 1877. Age can make things more valuable, like this Picasso from his Blue Period, 1904. And treasured, like this Roto-Rooter jingle, 1954.
Roto-Rooter jingle?
Just listen to it.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The timeless melody.
Roto-Rooter?
The lithe arrangement.
But it's a clog-busting company.
Wrong there. Roto-Rooter has grown into more than a clog-busting company. They're North America's largest full-service plumber and drain cleaner. And when you need Roto-Rooter, remembering this jingle can be priceless.
Roto-Rooter.
For all of your plumbing and drainage solutions, call Roto-Rooter in Baton Rouge at 925-8710. That's 925-8710. Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow's Seafood and Steaks, celebrating its 50th anniversary. That's right, since 1971, Snow's has been serving a wide assortment of menu items to please everyone. Steaks, seafood, gumbo, homemade soups, salads, specialty cocktails, great wine selection, and oh yes, the best white chocolate bread pudding that you'll find anywhere. It's the total dining experience. Happy 50th anniversary to my friends at Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway at Highway 74 in Gonzales.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs, no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111 and OCBrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
This season, we've got prep football in double coverage. Hey, it's Kate Wazan inviting you to join me Friday nights at 6 for Louisiana Prep Preview, followed by Catholic High Football on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Then over on Talk 107.3, it's Ken Trahan's original Prep Football Report from 6 to 11 p.m., bringing you live in-game updates, final scores, and check-ins with correspondents from every corner of the state. It's all presented by Dr. Pepper. Scores on Talk. Theirs on ESPN. It's our Prep Football double coverage, presented by Dr. Pepper.
The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee. Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
And we'll return here at Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City. Greg Bowser joins us on Tuesdays. Greg, you've had a couple days to kind of digest this. What are your thoughts about what's transpired here since Saturday?
I thought it moved pretty quickly, got accelerated pretty quickly, Charlie. And then, I was with some friends watching the game, and everybody there felt the same way, that there's no way you survive this. I mean, you don't get, basically just run out of the stadium. Now, the game for me was the Vandy game. I thought Vandy just pushed us around like we shouldn't have been for Vanderbilt. I knew A&M was a good football team. I didn't think they'd come in here and do this.
How did you feel at half? Because because LSU actually had the lead, hard as that is to believe or remember at this point. How did you feel at half?
Not comfortable.
Yeah.
Not comfortable. Because LSU fundamentally they weren't doing some things. I mean, defensively, I think the defense was the defensive front anyway was very undisciplined. They weren't in their run lane, their rush lanes. They were getting out of the way. And when you've got a quarterback that's as mobile as Reed was, you've got to stay in your position because if not, he'll run right past you. And when you see a guy like Harold Perkins getting out leveraged and stuff like that, all of that, you just kind of feel nervous.
When Perkins is done, we'll look back at a case study of what could have been, because between where they put him and how he reacted, and I know they showed film this morning, we saw it on Saturday. I mean, he was just absolutely, he looked lost out there, and at times looked like he didn't care. Yeah. Okay, when you look back on the Brian Kelly experiment era, whatever you want to call it, what will you remember about him?
Probably a guy that really was not very, coming on the heels of Orgeron, who was a big personality guy. Kind of like Ed Orgeron, not like him. When you met him, you kind of felt comfortable just talking to him. Coach Kelly, you weren't that way. If you got to talk to him, you just weren't that way.
One of the things that he was criticized for is his lack of warmth toward the ex-players. You're an ex-player. You're around the program. You lived here since your playing days. You've been here a long time. How did you feel about that?
They didn't like it.
Okay. Care to elaborate?
Yeah, they didn't like it.
Okay.
It just didn't. I remember after the second year, I talked to some guys who went to Notre Dame and had played under him. And I said, what do you think of Coach Kelly? And they said, well, we don't deal with him. We never dealt with him. He just didn't ingratiate himself to us. He thought he was above us, and we would be nice enough. We should be grateful if he said hello.
Charles Turner, who was a starting center here for 2 years, the first 2 years, said that, and the quote got rerun again, and it's significant. And Turner basically said, I never talked to the guy. I'm paraphrasing here, but I never talked to the guy. I was just starting center for 2 years, and I didn't know him any more than I knew,
Yeah, and that's what these guys
a coach at another school.
Yeah, that's what the guys from Notre Dame said. That's what surprised me, because he'd been there 12 years. And I thought they would have some kind of relationship. And they were like, nah.
I never, Notre Dame, maybe I missed it, Notre Dame, Cincinnati, and LSU, I never saw an ex-player of his go say, that's my guy. No. I'd run through a brick wall for him. I'd do anything for him. That's my guy. Yeah. I make it a point to get back to one game a year so I can see Coach. And all. You never hear any of that. And listen, if you win, who cares? I don't know that Nick Saban sends all of his ex-players birthday cards every year. So if you win, it's fine. But he didn't.
No, he didn't. And that was a big. That's a big thing for us old guys anyway.
What? You got in here a little bit early. You just listened to us rattle off that list. Anybody you like, or somebody that we didn't mention that you like?
Man, no, I don't think so. One of the things I've got a coaching friend of mine who coaches thought that Summerall would be a good pick, which surprised me. I mean,
why?
Because he thinks he's a really good coach.
No, why did it surprise you?
Because I don't know. I don't think of him. Like, he doesn't come to mind immediately.
Is it because you just don't put it on your list of things to do to watch Tulane, which most LSU fans don't?
No, I don't.
Okay. Did you watch Notre Dame a lot when Kelly was there? Okay.
But you heard of Kelly.
Did you watch Oklahoma State before Les got here? I mean, we do this stuff all day, every day, but this is not your full-time job.
But Charlie, Tulane.
Okay. See,
I mean,
Charlie. I have.
Come on, Charlie.
Okay. I don't think that's a good reason not to hire him. I really don't. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Saban started coaching at Toledo. Okay. And I realize that Saban went to Michigan State before he came here, and maybe that's a bad example. But Kirby Smart had never been a head coach anywhere before he went.
That's better than being Tulane.
No, it's not. I'm sorry. We disagree. This guy's been the head. And I'll tell you something else that I like about Summerall is, and I realize he didn't build it at Tulane, but he has done it at two different places.
Yeah.
And this to me, this eliminates what I call the Brett Favre effect. Okay, Curly Holman got this job. What he did at Southern Miss. What he did at Southern Miss was largely a product of what Brett Favre did. You do it at one place, you might have caught one guy. You might have caught one stretch. If you do it at two places, that goes a long way with me.
Yeah, my football expert tells me he's the guy.
Okay. So you're endorsing him even though the Tulane thing makes you queasy.
Because I can't fire my football expert, but anyway, we'll get into that. It's off the air.
Okay.
But Curly didn't build Southern Miss.
No.
Curly sustained it.
Right.
Bobby Collins and those guys, man, they were top 10
And then
team.
Jeff Bauer was a really good coach there for a long time afterwards.
Be careful what you ask for.
Sure,
And that's where LSU is right now. Oh, wait a minute, we're firing this guy. I mean, we don't know if the next guy's going to have Kelly's success here.
The next guy won't have Kelly's resume. We know that.
No. We're just talking about, we're talking about, Penn State. Well, this is catch your attention. I mean, okay, well, they're still a top 10 team for the most of Franklin's years.
Yeah.
Okay, but now who are they going to get? I mean, they got competition now. I mean,
a lot of competition. That's a good question.
Who is going to be the splash hires? I mean, this.
I think LSU's going to. The thing that worries me about this whole thing is the situations have turned upside down. You guys talked about it earlier. Whoever you hire, if it's a really good coach and if he's at some place, he's probably going to be waiting on the playoffs. I mean, so if his
I
team
don't
is
think
on the verge of the playoffs,
Dillingham won't.
No, Dillingham won't.
He won't be.
And
I got to be honest, Dillingham excites me more than Summerall.
Dillingham is an exciting guy. I mean, that's a thick resume, a young guy.
You get
watch
a
him
guy
coach,
with a lot of hunger left in him. He's got a lot of gas left in the tank.
You see him on the sidelines? He is
I've seen him. He
He
breaks
is
off the
Well,
post-game interviews in big games because he wants to go jump around with the fans,
well,
the students.
Let's assume he's not the guy. Anyway, whoever you hire is going to probably be in the playoffs. So you're going to have to wait on him. If you hire Lane Kiffin, he's in the playoffs.
But he's the only one, Greg. I don't know anybody else.
Greg,
if Summerall got in, if Tulane got in.
You'd have to wait on him.
Greg, we're still learning, but don't you think that there's going to be a coach at some point, whether it's this year, next year, or the year after, that's on his way to the playoff game, coach the playoff, and still jump ship?
Yeah, I think that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You have to figure out how the team's going to handle it. Look, we had a coach 4 years ago. His team was on the verge of the playoffs, ranked 5th in the country, and he bailed.
And
I mean, no. So I mean, it complicates things, but it's not like eliminates the possibility.
And isn't it the most likely scenario there that it would be a Group of 5 coach whose team got into the playoffs who was offered a major job?
I just wonder.
If Golish in South Florida got in, and he took another job, if he took the Auburn job, just to say, isn't that the most likely?
Take the job. They went to the playoff.
A year later.
1 year later. Yeah, 1 year later. Okay.
Wouldn't it be most likely to be a Group of 5 team that gets in and that coach took a major job?
Yes. Or the Big 12 champ.
Yeah, I think. Look, I agree.
Or
With
the
you.
Big
I think it's going to happen. Eventually, it'll happen.
It's going to. I mean, I would
and they
think.
have to figure out how to handle
it. Could happen this year.
I mean, if you tell me Georgia Tech gets to the playoff?
There ain't no. There's no reason
and
they
so
can't, sure.
I mean. You don't think he'd jump?
And I should have brought up. I said Kiffin's the only name on the list. Brent Key is. They are very
give
much.
Summerall credit for getting that fan base excited enough to give him a little transfer portal. They couldn't compete with Duke for Mensa. Okay, couldn't do that. They lost the cornerback. They ran the kickoff back for Auburn against Baylor. Okay, they lost. They're going to lose some, but they're getting some too. And that roster is sustained, and that's hard to do at Tulane. The people have never been excited about. They're trying to give. Same thing with Ole Miss. I mean. The guys like Summerall on the lower level, certainly Kiffin at the top of the hill. He's got Ole Miss people giving him money. That's pretty damn impressive.
I got one for you. Do you hire a guy like Willie Firth from Houston, University of Houston?
I like Willie Fritz an awful lot. I understand why I don't think he'll get a lot of consideration. I said yesterday that I'm done dealing with age as a deterring factor. Now, it doesn't mean I can hire an 80-year-old coach, okay, or a 22-year-old coach, but within reason, anybody over the age of 65, I probably would have never considered to come in and take this job because you think you want a guy for 10 to 12 years. Well, nobody lasts like that.
Well, you're not going to sign them. You're not going to sign these 10-year contracts anymore, John.
Well, you may sign them, you're just not going to execute them. and listen, it's not like this is something new. I just went through the list. Okay, how many coaches at LSU since 1980, since Bo Ryan tragically passed away, have lasted more than 6 years? One. That's it. Okay, Les was the outlier. Everybody else, it's 4 to 6 years, and you're out for one reason or another.
Yeah, but mean, you get those 10-year lifetime contracts. You're not going anywhere.
There's going to be significant pushback to a 10-year contract. I'm not telling you it's not going to happen, but there's going to be significant pushback on 10-year contracts from this point forward. Doe's Eat Place here live at lunch. We're on Government Street in Mid-City, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if you're retired?
Promo?
Hang on one sec. Yeah, one sec.
Okay.
Snows, okay. Okay. Whenever you ready?
Yeah, it's rolling.
This is Charles Hannegriff. Join us for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch at Snow's Seafood. This is Charles Hannegriff. Join us for the Wednesday edition of Live at Lunch from Snow's Seafood and Steak, Airline Highway in Gonzales. Wes Reynolds, Scott Rabelais, and professional sports handicapper Randy McKay join the show. And, of course, we're talking LSU coaching. Live at Lunch, 11 a.m. Wednesday from Snow's on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is Charles Hannegriff for Coastal Capital Advisors. When it comes to retirement, no two situations are alike, so Coastal Capital Advisors will tailor a plan for your family's needs no matter your age or your financial situation. The bottom line is Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you and build a lifetime relationship. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Age Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crowntown Room at Doe's Eat Place. The Crowntown Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash-fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Doe's Eat Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
Get the 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford and tap the microphone icon to send us your thoughts in an audio message. Your message could be played on air. Find our app in the Apple or Google Play Store. For direct links, visit 1045ESPN.com. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference. All in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street on 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
Jimmy, what do you remember about when Mario Cristobal left Oregon for Miami?
I mean, he went back to his alma mater.
They didn't put up much of a fight, right? I don't.
No.
I don't remember.
It was
They
kind of,
didn't.
it was No, it wasn't. It wasn't like they were jilted, like when Notre Dame. Notre Dame was pit. Notre Dame was jilted.
I'm asking because they didn't put up much of a fight on Willie Taggart either when he went to Florida State, but he was only there a year.
Cristobal had more success, but he had those blown games, man.
He was 15-3. If you throw the COVID year out, he was 15-3 in conference play his last 2 years, and 22-5. It wasn't a bad record. They didn't put up much of a fight, is what I remember.
You got a lot of resources this era. With
Lanning is better, okay, than Cristobal, but it's not like Cristobal was a flop there.
Oh no, I don't know how much. Slightly better, not much. Cristobal did some good things. No, he was 23. That's a successful run.
Yeah. Lanning is 28-4 in conference play. Cristobal was 23-9, and of course they've changed conferences since Lanning got the job to the Big Ten. I just remember I'm reminded now that they did not put up much of a fight when Cristobal left. Now maybe he was going home.
Pac-12 was a little stronger when Cristobal was getting going, specifically USC.
17 and 17. Yeah.
Here's a question for you, Charles and Jimmy. Timing. When do you think they hire a new coach?
I think they want to hire him within a week after the season ends because of the calendar. I don't know if that's possible with some of these guys we're talking about. I think they'd like to have a coach in place no later than a week after the season ends.
Yeah.
After the regular season ends?
Yeah, at the end of November, early December.
The signing date's coming. If you'd like to get your signing class.
The first Saturday in December is the SEC championship game.
Yeah.
So your last game against Oklahoma is like
Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think within a week of that, 10 days on the outside.
Wow.
But if you got to wait on a playoff coach, you're going to have to wait longer than that.
That's why I'm thinking about that. What do you do if he's in the playoffs?
If you know you got him, I'm waiting.
Really?
It's worth the wait. It's worth sacrificing the first year to get the guy that's is really good. If I know I got Lane Kiffin, absolutely. I'm waiting.
And you also
100%.
wonder if you keep your general manager, this is something else we didn't deal with the last time we did a coaching change. If you keep your general manager and your front office in place while you're looking for a coach, how much damage control can they do as far as the classes?
But don't tell me he's matured. Winning has helped his maturation.
He's older. Thanks to the friends here at Doe's Eat Place for being our host today. Come on by and get lunch. We're in the Crown Town Room every other Tuesday. Delicious steaks, delicious sandwiches, and tell you what, we're going to have a little bit of hamburger steak today because that's real good. Tomorrow we're at Snows on Airline Highway in Gonzales. Until then, from all of us here at Doe's and back in the studio, Jordan Kinchins, I'm Charles Hanniger saying thank you and good afternoon. And stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
If you're near the north.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate it.
All right, see you, Henny.
Yep.